It was the summer of 2021 when this happened. My name is Arman, and at the time I was working as a delivery driver for a small courier company. My job was simple: pick up packages and deliver them to nearby towns. Most of my deliveries were during the day, but one evening my boss called me and said something unusual. A package needed to be delivered urgently before morning, and the location was a small town about 2 hours away. I didn't want to do a night drive, but the extra pay convinced me. So around 11:30 p.m., I started the trip. The road I had to take passed through a long forest highway. During the day it looked normal, but at night it felt completely different. The trees were tall and dark, and the road stretched endlessly ahead. For the first hour, everything was normal. Music was playing quietly in the car, and there were a few trucks passing by. But after midnight, the road became completely empty. No cars, no lights, just darkness. At around 1:10 a.m., my GPS suddenly told me to take a left turn. That was strange because I had driven this route before and never seen a left road there. But the GPS insisted, turn left in 100 meters. I slowed down and saw something surprising. There really was a small road hidden between the trees. It looked old and narrow. I hesitated for a moment, but the GPS said this route would save 20 minutes, so I turned left. The moment my car entered that road, something felt wrong. The air suddenly felt colder. The trees were closer to the road and there were no lights anywhere. Even my phone signal disappeared. I kept driving slowly. After about 5 minutes, I noticed something strange. The road looked exactly the same everywhere. Same trees, same curves, same silence. It felt like I wasn't moving forward at all. Then suddenly I saw something ahead. A person standing in the middle of the road. I quickly pressed the brakes. The car stopped a few meters away. The person was a man. He was wearing old clothes and just standing there, completely still. I rolled down my window and asked, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" The man didn't answer. He slowly turned his head toward me, and that's when I noticed something terrifying. His face looked pale and empty, almost like he hadn't slept for years. Then he raised his arm and pointed behind me. Confused, I looked in the rearview mirror. There was nothing there when I looked back at the road. The man was gone. My heart started beating faster. There was no way he could disappear that quickly. I stepped out of the car and looked around. The forest was silent. No footsteps, no sound, nothing. Feeling uncomfortable, I quickly got back in the car and started driving again. But after a few minutes, something even stranger happened. The GPS screen went black. Then it restarted. When it turned on again, the map showed something that made my stomach drop. The road I was on did not exist on the map. It was just a blank space surrounded by forest. I tried turning around, but the road behind me looked different now. The trees were thicker, and the path seemed longer. That's when I noticed something in the distance. Headlights. Another car was coming toward me. Relieved, I slowed down, but as the car got closer, I realized something strange. The headlights looked very old, like they were from a car made decades ago. The car slowly passed by me, and when I looked inside, my blood ran cold. The driver looked exactly like the same man I saw standing on the road earlier. Same pale face, same empty eyes. He didn't blink. He didn't move. He just stared straight ahead. The car passed me slowly and disappeared into the darkness. At that moment, I decided I needed to leave that road immediately. I pressed the gas and drove faster, but the road seemed endless. Then suddenly my car lights flickered. The engine started making a strange noise, and the car stopped right in the middle of the road. The engine wouldn't start again. I sat there in complete silence. Then I heard something outside. Footsteps, slow footsteps walking toward the car. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Someone was walking on the gravel road. My heart was pounding. I slowly looked at the side mirror, and I saw a shadow standing right behind my car. The same man. He slowly walked toward the driver's side window. I was frozen. He leaned down and looked directly at me. And then he whispered something I will never forget. "You shouldn't have taken this road." Suddenly my car engine started again. I didn't wait another second. I slammed the gas pedal and drove as fast as I could. After a few minutes, the road suddenly opened onto the main highway again. Street lights appeared, cars passed by. Everything looked normal. I pulled over and tried to calm down. When I checked my GPS again, something strange happened. The GPS route still showed the original highway route. There was no record of the road I had taken. It was like that road had never existed. The next morning I told my boss about what happened. He became quiet. Then he told me something disturbing. Years ago, there had been a serious accident in that forest area. A driver had gotten lost on a road that wasn't on any map. His car was found abandoned, but the driver was never found. Some locals say that the road only appears late at night, and anyone who takes it sometimes never returns. Since that night, I never drive through that forest after midnight, because sometimes when I check my GPS late at night, it still suggests the same shortcut, the road that shouldn't exist, and every time I see that route, I remember the man standing in the darkness, waiting for the next driver. Ending line for your video: if you ever see a road on your GPS that you've never seen before, maybe it's better not to take it.